When was the last time you took a leap of faith, trusting that everything is going to work out? Do you crave growth, or are you merely content with the status quo? If you want more out of your life, out of your career, and out of your relationships, you are in the right place. Take the leap and discover how to create a life by design rather than living it by default. Real success starts with you. Now here's your host, Colleen Biggs.
Hello, listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Take the Leap. I am your host, Colleen Biggs, and I first just want to thank our listeners today for just sticking with us. You know, we've been doing this since 2019. We've had over, from the original podcast of Lead Up for Women, Speak Up to Lead Up, we have over 300 episodes that we've recorded now. In Take the Leap, we're up to episode number 140. And we have Dr. Susie Mierzwik with us today. And I'm really excited to jump into all of the conversations we're going to have with her on stem cell regeneration, because we're talking about revolutionary health technology that has come out. And every week, as we bring another guest forward, sometimes they're going to teach you what you need to do in your business. They might teach you something about a relationship. It might be a financial lesson. And all of it is for you to be able to design your life the way you want it designed. And I love talking about health. Many of you know I'm a black belt. Many of you might know that I was a personal trainer and I do water fasts. I'm all about stem cell regeneration. And I am all about living to 105. So I always say the haters, they're not going to be laughing anymore when they're dead, right? So you can laugh all you want about what the revolution of health technology is coming up with, and you might think it's just a bunch of crap, but I'll tell you it's not. And so pay attention, because this is how we live longer. And I want to live to over 100 because I have a long life left and so much that I still want to do. And if you're not moving forward and you're not growing, you're dying. That's exactly what happens. So this is more education for you today. And we're going to dive into that in just a minute. But before we do, I want to thank today's sponsor of Take the Leap, Beyond Basil Mobile Pizzeria. We are passionate about bringing the authentic flavors of Italy right to your event. Our mobile pizzeria is a culinary adventure on wheels where we craft artisanal pizzas using the finest ingredients and traditional Neapolitan techniques. Whether you're craving a classic margarita or looking to explore one of our unique flavor combinations, our skilled pizziolas are here to create mouthwatering pizzas that will tantalize your taste buds. With our commitment to quality and exceptional service, we aim to provide an unforgettable dining experience for every one of our guests. Explore our menu, book us for your next event, or follow us on Instagram at Beyond Basil Pizza. Get ready to embark on a pizza journey like no other with Beyond Basil Mobile Pizzeria. You can view the menu and contact us at beyondbasilmobilepizzeria.com. Thank you, Beyond Basil. You've got amazing pizza, so thank you so much for being the sponsor of today's show. Well, let's talk about Susie. Dr. Susie retired from teaching after 26 years. I think it deserves a thank you for your service, Dr. Susie. Before retiring, she was introduced to a revolutionary health technology that eliminates pain quickly without drugs using phototherapy. So we're going to get into that today. Since then, she's grown her business. She and her husband also maintain a business with rental properties started after their Life Wave business. Susie has collaborated in 8 books. Several are bestsellers and is the author of Sow in Tears, Reap in Joy, her solo book. She has an MBA as well as an honorary degree in humanitarianism for her philanthropic work. Dr. Susie, welcome to today's show.
Thank you so much, Colleen. I'm very excited to be on your platform today and sharing some information that all of your listeners can take advantage of.
Absolutely. So when you said you were retiring from being a teacher, what did you teach? What grade?
Well, I taught high school for 3 years. I taught elementary for 3, a variety of elementary grades. And then I specialized in kindergarten for 20, where I was also the grade level chair. So you could say that kindergarten was my heart.
Kindergarten. Oh, that is one of my favorite ages of my grandkids is kindergarten. I will tell you, it's just, they are so inquisitive. They're so curious, aren't they?
Yes.
But yet they're still independent. They've gotten their independence. It's just a fun, pure age. I love that. And so obviously we know where your heart is if you stayed in kindergarten for 20 years with those young children, and they are so vibrant and have so much energy, right? And then over the years, as we get older, we lose that vibrancy, we lose that energy. And what you're saying is now there are companies out there that are revolutionizing health with new technology. So how did you stumble upon this? What happened?
Well, it was quite an amazing thing. I had the same school for 20 years, and I had many children from one family, and sometimes I had siblings and cousins and so forth. So in 2009, a lady came into my classroom and she started chatting about her son. She said, "Oh, I know you had my son in kindergarten 13 years earlier, but now he's graduating from high school." So I said, "Oh, are you still a nurse?" Because I knew that was her background. She said, "No, I got injured on the job and I couldn't be a nurse anymore. But somebody showed me a new technology." So I said, "Well, tell me about it." She said, "Well, what's wrong with your hands?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, I got really bad arthritis. And, the doctors prescribed this and that and the other thing. Nothing ever works. So it's very frustrating trying to show the kids how to hold a pencil and you can barely hold it yourself." So she said, "Well, I have a very brand new anti-aging technology that you should try." So I was very vibrant and vigorous and wanted to be as young as I could. So I thought, sure, I'll try it. It's this little tiny patch, which your readers and your listeners can see.
So for those of you that can't see, you can go to our YouTube channel and subscribe, right? The other thing you can do is it's like a little Band-Aid. So it looks like a Band-Aid that's a clear Band-Aid, right? So it's got the white patch in the middle and it looks clear. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's it. All you do is peel and stick it. Now then, we have infrared technology in our body. It's an infrared energy signal. And the reason we have it is so that it keeps us alive. When you look at the desert at night, and if you have night vision goggles, you can see the owls and the lizards and the foxes and everything at night through the night vision. If you're in the military, you can have night vision goggles to see the enemy on the field from your helicopter. So it's this infrared energy we have in our body that this patch is activated by. So it's kind of like an old-fashioned radio where you'd have to turn the dial to different stations to rock music or jazz music or country music. But instead, this little patch sends that signal to our brain. And it's telling you to turn your signal to a certain frequency to produce specific results.
Okay, so is it like a cell regeneration where it's a signaling device? So it signals to maybe damaged cells for your body to take the good cells to go heal the bad cells, right?
Okay. Exactly. And so if in a technical sense, it tells the copper peptide to send a signal to the body to create brand new stem cells.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I have to dive into this with you.
I know.
This is very, very, very exciting. You've got to share findings. What are some findings from the company?
Well, one of the things they found out is that people that use the patch for 2 months' time actually have lower real age. In other words, you can be 60 years old and feel like a functional 40-year-old, or you can be 60 years old and your body acts like an 80-year-old.
Yeah.
So in only 2 months' time.
I recognize that because I have an app on my phone, and when I weigh myself and it looks at your feet and it kind of goes off of like your footprint, and then it can tell me like BMIs and water, and it tells me the age. And so mine's 48 is what it comes up. So based on my body and my health, but I'm 51.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
So
my
that's the thing.
body age. I got
What
it.
the calendar tells you or what your driver's license tells you might not be what you're actually experiencing.
Right.
So for people that are experiencing less than optimum health, this product can put them on the right track. And so some
Oh.
of the results, some people my age are tired all the time. Now,
Okay, what are we talking your age? When we're talking
I
your
am
age, what?
actually 73 and I'll be 74 in February.
Okay, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely young.
And you know
So,
what? In my
okay.
mind, I'm 40 years old.
Yeah, me too. You know, my husband and I, we feel younger, we act younger. Everything we do is so, but you know, it doesn't matter what our age, what when we were born, right? What the
Right.
license says. So, okay, great. So, people your age, so in their 70s, go ahead and
Or
finish that.
even 80s. I
Or
have
80s.
clients in their 80s, actually. And so it doesn't matter what age you are, but it tells your body to renew its own stem cells. Now,
Oh,
in case people don't know that are listening, stem cells are something we're born with, but they start to diminish, let's just say,
like
after your
collagen.
20s. Exactly. After 40s, it dies off. After
Yeah.
60s, it dies off. So then people start to experience the not so pleasant aspects of growing older. But that's not the end. Now there is a way to tell your cells to reboot. It's kind of like rebooting your computer.
Yeah.
And then new cells will start to grow. Now, on our website and through other social media, we have a lot of photographs showing the before and after pictures of people that have used the technology. And everybody's different. You know,
Yeah.
we're not the same human being, but the changes are visible in the skin tone, in the
Mm.
wound healing, in the actual energy that you have to go through the day. I know some people my age are, you know, more like couch potatoes, sit in their rocking chair, watching television. But to tell you the truth, Colleen, I'm never bored. From morning till night, I'm busy, whether with my business or writing books,
Yeah.
being on interviews. And that's why in my mind, I think I'm 40.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that you said that because it's kind of like we can turn back time. And
Yes.
why wouldn't you want to if you could do it naturally, right? Our bodies were created to heal themselves. And
Yes.
I actually am on the train where I feel like most people are damaging their bodies based on food. Food will
Correct.
damage your body faster than anything. And
Right.
so health is so important. You're either depositing money and time and energy and effort into your health now, or you're going to be depositing money, time, and energy into your health later because you're paying for all the problems that you have.
Exactly. And a lot of people pay a lot of money
Mm.
just to maintain their problems. And these are some of the things that our product can do. I know a lot of people my age have high blood pressure.
Yeah.
They might have high cholesterol. They might have high blood sugar, and all those other what they call lifestyle issues. Well, you know, I think the media tries to make us believe that as we get older, this is just a part of our road, but it's not.
It's $1 trillion business, Susie.
Yeah,
Of course, they need to make you think that. They give you a pill that lowers your blood pressure but creates headaches. Then they have to give you another pill to help with the headaches. And then that pill creates incontinence or whatever. And then now you have to take a different pill. And then before you know it, you're taking 8 pills because of the one pill.
that's right. Exactly. And that's what my friend told me when I met her back in 2009. She said she was on 13 medications, yet she could barely
Oh,
function as a young mom. So this enables people to wean themselves with their doctor's approval, of course,
yeah.
off of medications that have been crippling their lifestyle, depriving them of energy, depriving them of a full night's sleep,
Yeah.
you know, and then, of course, what you mentioned, all the side effects from so many drugs.
Yeah. You talked about pain, living without pain. So I'm assuming because I know that there are clinics where you can go get stem cell injections, and they do stem cell injections not only for youth, but they do it for areas of your body that need repair. Is that
Right.
correct? So they'll do it
Yes.
maybe in an ankle or a knee or a shoulder, something like that.
Yes.
Is there proven results for maybe putting the patch on a specific area for pain? Is that also something that the company offers?
Yes, that's correct. In the little brochure they give you, which is basically put the patch here or put the patch there. So you don't even have to be able to read. It's just kind of like the same level of if you go to Burger King, you don't have to read the word hamburger or French fry. You just push the picture and you follow the directions. It's that easy. So they suggest that you put the patch on the back of your neck, which is where all those nerves are, which is also an acupuncture point. You don't have to know about that. All you have to know is I peel it, I stick it, boom, and you drink your water. Now, saying that, if you have a certain issue you're concerned with, like 2 years ago, I fell off my electric bike and I actually fractured my knee. So I was 71. I wasn't real happy about that, but I didn't need any drugs. I didn't have surgery. I merely patched myself up with stem cell regeneration patches and pain relief patches. I was clustering everything right on the knee.
Oh, they have pain relief patches.
Exactly. Okay. And then 6 weeks later, voila.
Wow.
I'm back in action. You see?
I love it because it's so natural.
Right. And I didn't have any drugs to contend with. About 13 years ago, I had a hysterectomy. So the doctor gave me some pain medication. I think I took one pill. When I felt the side effects, I threw the bottle out and I haven't taken a pain pill since. I haven't even had an aspirin, a Tylenol, an Advil, an allergy pill, nothing. And that's after decades of medication.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
I love it because all of those little by little are just so bad for you. There's nothing about them that are good for you. And so I just love the natural ability of what you have. Now, when you talk about putting the patch on the back of your neck, I'm just curious, everyone. So I'm asking all these questions because I'm a very curious soul. I'm like that kindergartner that asks, but why? But why? Because all my grandkids at that age always say, but why is that, Grandma? Why is that, Grandma? And it's like, oh, I forgot that age where they're curious. So if you put it on the back of your neck, is it something that stays there for a day, 2 week, hour? What are we talking?
Yeah, fantastic question. That's usually the first question people ask. So it stays on your body for 12 hours. Okay. Then after that, you just take it off. So how I explain it to my clients is you wake up in the morning, you do your morning routine, you brush your teeth, you put on your patch. 12 hours later, it doesn't matter if it's 12 or 14, whatever, the end of your day, you brush your teeth, you get ready for bed, take a shower or whatever, you take off that patch. So if you tie it on to your already established routine, it's not another task that you have to put into your busy life. I say keep your patches by your toothbrush. You never forget. When you travel, you have a little travel, your makeup kit, your toiletry kit. You just put your patches in there. And my husband and I have traveled all over the world, African safaris, Europe, the Far East, Asia, Australia, etc. We have never gotten sick.
That's great.
Never gotten sick. And I know a lot of people, they go on long trips, they come back. What's the first thing that happens? Boom. They get sick.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
But we also have patches that help your immunity to stay high. This is one of my favorite products. It's called glutathione. And the answer is I don't know if you can see the word.
We can see it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And on the package, it says, why age? It's like, why age? That's a choice now.
Yeah.
Because what this patch does, it raises our immunity by 300%, which has been proven in blood tests.
Wow.
And it takes away toxins and it takes away inflammation. And Colleen, toxins and inflammation are the cause of pain.
Yeah, absolutely they are.
So it
is
doesn't matter
number
what
one.
kind of itis you have, tendinitis, bursitis, um, ulceritis. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter. Pain is pain.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know that they had all those. So the company that we're talking about is Life Wave, right? And that's who you
Yes,
work
that's
with,
correct.
Life Wave.
That's who I work with.
And I'm just fascinated by this. And we have a lot of links for you to connect with Susie. But Susie, give me an example of because you've got the immunity patch. You've talked about how you and your husband travel everywhere. You have the stem cell patch, right? And you have the pain patch. So this is something I'm assuming comes in a kit because several patches, you take it off every 12. Oh, so like that one has 30
Right. They
on it.
all have
Okay.
30.
They
So
all
it's
had 30.
basically a
Okay.
month's supply in an
1
envelope.
month supply in an
Right.
envelope. Okay, great.
Mhm.
And easy to apply, easy to pull off,
Peel and stick.
throw it
If
in the
you can
garbage.
put it in the if you can put on a band-aid, you can put on a patch and then
Yeah.
throw it out the next day. Or you could also put it on your pet because it still has a little of
Oh,
residual use. And so I have a lot of clients that use it for their cats or dogs. So you can just put it on their collar, on their little sweater, especially animals that have just had surgery. I've had a lot of clients use it so their pets can recover from surgery because we
yeah.
know how bad we feel when our little furry animals are suffering.
So it doesn't have to be on their skin directly.
No, it doesn't.
Okay. But for
And
us,
so,
it does.
yes, but saying that, I know my granddaughter doesn't like to feel sticky things on her skin. And I also have clients that are children or youth. And I say to the parents, if your child doesn't like to feel that little sticky thing on their skin or the shirt tag, and I know a lot of kids are sensitive, you can put it on their shirt. And I know my granddaughter doesn't want to feel anything. So I can put the patch on her shirt because you still feel the body heat.
Yeah.
And then you can put a little, Cinderella sticker or a Batman sticker on it. And then who's the wiser?
Yeah, totally great. So it is safe for children. It is safe
Definitely.
for children and
Yes.
pets. Okay.
Yes. And saying that, when I was a teacher, I had a lot of kids that had asthma because unfortunately in Southern California, the air is not really good in the warm weather. So I would give the parents these energy patches to use for the kids. It cleared up the asthma so that they wouldn't even need an inhaler.
Oh.
I had another little child who had, I asked the mom, why is he always absent? She said, oh, he has rheumatoid arthritis. I gave that mom the glutathione patch because that detoxifies and takes away inflammation. That's all he needed to feel better.
Wow.
So there's so many easy applications that we can use for ourselves, for our
Yeah.
children, for our pets.
Just like a miracle patch.
It is.
Yeah. So I don't want anyone to go out to LifeWave and, research and start purchasing from there. I obviously want them to come to you, Susie. So we have your website posted for them to schedule some time with you. They can go to find you on LinkedIn. And on LinkedIn, they can also connect with you. We have that here at their fingertips. And I would love for them to reach out to you and let them know that they heard you on the podcast, when this has been released and that they're in, want to find out more information. I can't stress enough how important this technology is to our longevity, to anti-inflammation, to all of the things. And if it's starting to have pain and show you on the outside, that means on the inside, it is doing all kinds of havoc. That's what I always tell everyone, right? Because it kind of festers low below, but then when it comes to the surface, it's already in a mad stage.
Correct.
By then.
Correct.
So you definitely, I believe we need to take care of the things we can't see. And that's why so many people struggle when this technology comes out because they can't see it and they can't realize what is happening on the inside of their body because it's invisible to them.
That's true, Colleen. But how I like to explain it to people is we know that if we turn on our TV, we just push a little button the TV comes on.
Yeah.
There's no string between our hand and the TV. If we go out to our garage, we push a little button, the garage door opens. If we work in the space industry, we can computerize the rockets to go up in space. Those are all with signals.
Yep.
Because light has so many different signals. Doctors operate on your eyes. I had laser surgery on my eyes with a laser beam.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't understand that, but I know it works.
Yeah. Well,
so
our
we
bodies
don't
are
have to know.
full of cells. Our entire body is made up of trillions of cells, and they already are signaling that they're already signaling to each other, right? Because
Yes.
our bodies are miraculous. That's how
Yes.
God made them, right?
Right.
And our bodies were meant to heal themselves. So this kind of helps rapidly do that for us so that we can, if you're not going to do it based on food and health and all these other things that you need to do, this is either a supplement to that or also an alternative to that. Because like you said, so many people, they'll just stay on that, blood pressure medication forever rather than change their diet. I know so many people like that.
Right.
So at least if they can get this patch from you, then it can help them and their body heal.
Yes.
Sure.
And I always suggest that people contact me because a few times I can see on my website that somebody has purchased the product. And then if I asked like through the grapevine, did you know this person and so forth, they said, oh, that thing didn't work. I said, well, you know what? I always say people contact me. Complimentary information given on email, Facebook, phone, text, carrier pigeon, whatever, Zoom. Okay. Because people don't know all that has to be done. Sometimes they put it in the wrong place. Sometimes they're not hydrated. Sometimes they don't know that you have to use it in conjunction with another patch or in a certain spot for their issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they just dismiss it or they go, I tried that patch once. It didn't work. Well, if the
what
doctor
are they expecting? It's like, I went to the gym once.
Right, exactly.
I didn't lose any weight.
Right. I didn't have dessert one day.
Yeah. Why didn't my blood sugar change? I don't understand.
Right.
Yeah, especially in a world where everything is so instant gratification. You're right, Susie. They need to get more information from you. So we've given them 4 channels to reach out to you, from your website to Facebook to LinkedIn to Instagram. They all have DM features. Anybody can find you and have that conversation with you.
And they can also Google me too.
That's right. You can Google Susie for sure. You can. So tell us about your book again. Show us that. The Sow in Tears, Reap in Joy.
Sow in Tears, Reap in Joy, my transformational journey. So a couple of years ago, I participated in a few collaborative books. And then my mentor, Robbie Motter, who you might know from GSFE, she's a CEO. She said, Susie, why don't you write a book? And I thought, I think I'm ready. So I had been keeping journals ever since I was a little girl. So it was during the period of COVID when we all had a lot of time on our hands. I started going through the journals way back to when I was in 3rd grade. And I saw a lot of patterns that were manifested as a child that also reappeared when I was a divorced woman in my 40s. I started to put the pieces together and see, why was I a sad little girl? What made me marry this particular man who was not nurturing, was emotionally abusive to me and my daughters? Was there a link? And I saw a lot of generational patterns that were in there that I dive into in the book. Now, I also have, since I'm a teacher, I want to provide value and learning. I have a full bibliography in the back. So no matter what challenges a person is going through, they have resources.
I love that. That's beautiful. Now, where can they find that book? Can they find that book on your website? Can they find it on Amazon?
Yes, both. It's on my website, susiemierzwik.com. There's a section for LifeWave. There is a section for my books. There's a section for videos. There's a section for testimonials. And it's also on Amazon. So
Oh, great. We'll make sure that we've got that link on Amazon available for everyone so they can click on that as well as your website and they can get to that. So, Susie, thank you again for being a guest today on the show. And I am all for the train of transformation and revolutionary health technology and stem cell regeneration. I'm on that train all over it. So I love this. Thank you so much for bringing this forward, for having your voice be heard, for being an advocate for us to be able to turn back the clock.
Yes, and I just have to say, Colleen, we don't treat, medicate, diagnose, or cure any conditions.
Okay, good to know.
Okay.
Good to know. I love that. Well, thank you, Dr. Susie, for being here with us today. And I just want to remind all of our listeners, right? You're the only you that's ever been. You're the only you that's ever going to be. That's it. Just you. How long do you want to live on this earth? How long do you want to be able to continue to make an impact, to make a change, to live your life to the fullest? And if that's you and you are active and you want to live your life to the fullest, then I suggest you check out this technology because it is that, right? Turning back the clock and giving you the opportunity to live longer. Of course, you know, we've had episodes where people have come on and said, life is short. My mom got hit by a car when she was 49 years old. And, you know, that we can't help. We don't know when our time is up. But what if your time isn't up for a really long time and you're the one that creates the clock to expire because of you not taking care of yourself? That's what we have to remember, right? Right, Susie?
Right.
That's sure. Right. Well, I love this. And thank you so much for being here. And to all of you, please go out to her website, go grab her book, go connect with her on all these social media pages. And you're going to be able to see more about her, learn more about her, her family, everything about Susie. She's a phenomenal woman. So thank you, Susie, for being here today and for allowing us to spotlight you on Take the Leap. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Colleen. It was my pleasure.
And to all of our listeners, don't forget, until next time, be you and be strong. Bye-bye for now.
We hope you enjoyed our show today, as our guests shared their secrets on designing their life by taking the necessary leaps to expand their influence and attract the right people and clients into their lives. To start these easy steps for yourself, be sure to visit www.colleenbiggs.net/freebies to download the 7 ways to increase your exposure today.